This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And Marla Pass is here joining us, driving success as a Spectrum Health and Life Coach. That's right. You can join us here live today, listen in, and get to see all the multitude of services that she provides. And really, it's all about helping you create one big, incredible life. So, again, Marla Pass from Full Spectrum Health, thank you so much for joining us here today. How are you?
Thank you for that lovely introduction because, yes, it's all about creating a big, fat, beautiful, healthy life, right? That's what we want.
Absolutely. And you're going to
That's what
teach
we're all
us a
out
lot about fascia, a lot about all the work you're doing, breath work, and so much more. So, first and foremost, tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you do.
Okay, so to be a transformational life and health coach, you have to do a lot of things because I am all about transformation, have been my whole life, and continue to transform and evolve. I've been around a long time and I have seen a lot of things. And I help a lot of people. And how I do that is through a multitude of modalities, which I'll explain to you. I'd rather talk more about my work than about myself because it's almost like it's one.
Mm-hmm.
My work is my heart and my love, and it's what makes me happy and what I live for. So everybody wants to change. Everybody. Every time I meet somebody, they're complaining about something in their life or about themselves that is just not quite right.
Yep.
And I'm listening and I'm like, okay, you want to change. Good. I can never make a person want it. You got to want it. Once you want
Mm-hmm.
it, then you got to ask yourself, am I willing to do the work? If the answer is yes, then I say, okay, well, let's sit down and see if you're really willing to do the work. Because
Yeah.
change, to really change, and I mean not just your physicality, although that's important and that happens, but to change one's mind and to change one's emotions about things that happen to them in their life is a big deal. And the only way to really change is to change your mind and your heart. So, how do I do that? Well, you have to work with every single part of the human structure, every single part of the human psychology, cognizance, all of it. So I do that with breath work.
Okay.
Breath work is one of the most incredible tools that I have ever come across. And the particular breath work that I'm doing now is called 9D breath work. If
Okay.
you've heard of it, it's the cutting edge of all the breath works. It's the deepest breath work I've ever breathed. And the reason is because I am a hypnotherapist and I do very strongly believe in hypnosis because that's how you change the mind. But to get people to quiet their monkey mind is exponentially the most difficult thing I have ever done for myself and for others. When I come across this particular work, they use 9 different modalities, thus why it's called 9D,
Okay.
to calm the mind. They use solfeggio frequencies. Solfeggio is like an arpeggio.
Okay.
It's called the solfeggio. So you're hearing in the background or feeling in the background these like frequencies. You're feeling them and they're distracting you. Then you have binaural beats. Binaural beats are frequencies of different hertz, which
Okay.
match different feelings. Every feeling is a frequency. Love is a frequency. Hate is a frequency, a low frequency, but it's a frequency. Everything is.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is if we can bring your frequency up by pumping in those hertz into your ears that hit the brain, we can change the frequency that's penetrating you and that you're emanating out. Once you emanate a frequency out, you will get back, says the law of attraction, which is another discussion. You will get back what you are frequencing, what you are generating. Okay? Thus, you attract what you think about. Everything is a frequency. A thought is a frequency. A feeling is a frequency. Okay? So that's the binaural beats part. Subliminal messaging. Subliminal messaging and hypnosis to get somebody to really change, they have to slow down their brain waves. How do they do that? They get to a state of theta. Theta is the state where you can be receptive to subliminal suggestions. Okay. How do you do that? Through the binaural beats, through different music, which is in the 9D, through the solfeggio frequencies, through auto-suggestion, through talk therapy, through incredible music, and on and on and on. So that's one tool that has 9 different modalities. That's one tool I use to get them to slow down. Then I work with their fascia. So
And what
is
is fascia? A lot of people don't know.
fascia is
Yes, thank you.
So how I first became acquainted with fascia is more years than I care to remember. We're talking about the 1980s. I went to the Swedish Institute for Massage Therapy and Holistic Studies, which was unheard of. Like, who even did that then? They didn't
Yeah.
even, massage was prostitution. So I went to this school. I learned about tissue and massage and manual therapies, and I learned about fascia. And the woman who first
Wow.
discovered fascia was a woman named Ida Rolf, who was a German woman, and they laughed at her. But she found out that fascia, like if you look at a chicken and you cut into the chicken, and then there's
Yeah.
that clear stuff, which we usually cut away,
Yep.
that's fascia. What is it? It holds the structure together. Fascia is like a stocking that holds
Yes.
the entire structure together. But one of the interesting things about fascia is it has nerves that run through it, blood and nerve vessels that run through it. The whole the nervous system runs through.
Okay.
When we have trauma, the fascia is made to bound or constrict. It protects us. It's like a coating. So it constricts and it holds on to that trauma. It almost like it protects us. It protects the organs. It holds on to the trauma, but it doesn't let go of the trauma. So you're
Hmm.
walking around with the trauma that you have felt maybe as a 5-year-old and saw something that you just didn't want to see. Your body, central nervous system said, we're protecting this child. We're going to bound, the fascia says, we're going to bound and we're going to hold it. And then maybe as the child is growing up, they're having a certain reaction to certain things that they're not understanding. That's the trauma that's stored in the fascia.
Wow.
So when you do fascia work, and a lot of times when I do fascia work, I work with a psychotherapist because the emotions come up so intensely. Like if I'm
Wow.
can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel the adhesion in the fascia and I work with it with my hands and with tools to deeply and gently. I don't believe you have to instill pain. I mean, people have different rule of thumb on that, but that's not my thing. Slow and steady wins the race, just like a turtle. So you go in, you work with the fascia, you talk to them, you find out how they're feeling, what's coming up. Often they'll cry, they'll laugh. Everything means something. And then
Hmm.
we know how much we can go that day and how much we can't. So now we have the mind and we have the body with the fascia. So that's an incredible connection, right? And then we do talk therapy and we work with the energy centers. Some people know them as chakras. I call them energy centers. And we bless the energy centers. I study with Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you've ever,
Okay.
and he calls them energy centers because he believes that there's a lot of connotation with chakras. I go back and forth depending upon who I talk to, but
Yeah.
he has incredible meditation of which I definitely preface, which is blessings of the energy center. So each area of your body coming from the reproductive area all the way up to the top of
Okay.
the head stores different emotions and feelings and means something.
Wow.
So let's talk about it. I mean, it's incredible. So I work with opening up these centers. The first energy center, which is the center of creation, right? We can give birth, we can give life from that center. What does that mean? What kind of life do you want?
Yeah.
Let's bless that center. Then we go
Hmm.
up to the sacral center, and then we go up to the solar plexus, and then we go up to the heart. Just to skip through these quickly because you have to
Sure.
go through all of them individually, and that's incredible. But the heart is love. The heart is love.
Ah,
The first 3 energy centers are energy consumers, and the second 4 are energy givers. So how do you feel? Who do you love? What do you love? Then you go up to the throat and you open it.
Wow.
What do you want to say? Speak words of love.
Mm-hmm.
Don't gossip.
Ah.
If you find yourself gossiping, stop in the middle of a sentence. I say to people, well, did you see that? Oh,
Uh-huh. We've
oh,
all done it. Guilty.
the president, just stop. Stop. Then you go up to the third eye. This is the one called the pineal gland.
Mm-hmm.
Pineal gland is the radio receiver. And the reason why I do all these modalities and the reason why I work on myself so much and the reason why I work with clients so intensely with all these Mary Poppins tricks is because the pineal gland is a radio receiver. It receives higher intelligence. And the only way to activate the pineal gland is to bring the energy up through the energy centers and ding that gland. Once you
Wow.
ding it, it is like a radio receiver. It will receive higher intelligence. Or if you don't want to get that crazy,
Yeah.
your inner intelligence, your higher wisdom, which is what we had when we were born and we forgot. And then we listen to what the media says and what our neighbor says and what the bullshit is out there.
Yep.
And we forget who we are. So why do I do this work? Because I want to know who I am and why I'm here. And I want other people to know who they are and why they're here and stop with all the bullshit.
Wow.
And
That's
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, not at all. I love you and I love how you speak so openly. I'm the same exact way, but I love you. You're right. No bullshit. I love that you're saying this. It's so true.
Well, I mean, I'm of a certain, I'm over 50, and if I always think of it this way, if you have more life behind you than you have in front of you, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to waste it? How's it been working out for you so far? I mean,
Exactly.
maybe you're successful, maybe you're okay, but
Mm-hmm.
where are you? Are you happy? And if you died tomorrow, would you say, I really utilized this life that was gifted to me because I asked for it, right? Have I really utilized it enough? And I always come up with, no, not yet. I'm not ready. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready yet. I still
Yeah.
want more. I want more. I want more. I know there is an abundance of happiness and health and wealth and wisdom out there, and I want it. And I want all and everything. And I think everybody's entitled to it. It's just a question of whether or not you believe it. And get some help.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. Call me up. This is what I do. Get some help, man. You got to get help. You need a witness to your life. You need somebody who is objective and educated and has done it and lives it. Like you never want to go to a fat nutritionist, right?
Yeah. True.
You want
No.
somebody that lives. I mean, I'll probably be punished for this, but
No, but it's true. Who lives the lifestyle, what they're preaching. Practice what you preach.
practice
Yes.
what you preach.
Yes.
And this is what I truly believe. I believe very strongly that if you can exemplify what you talk about, you're the real deal. And if you can't, that doesn't mean you're not real. It's just that maybe the deal's not closed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, my story.
Well, I love your story. I love your passion. I love your energy. I mean, you are clearly, you're very wise. Are you also, can I ask, are you like an empath as well?
Oh, by all means. So that let's talk
Oh,
about the pineal
okay.
gland again, okay?
Yes, thank
So
you.
through my meditations, which I do every day and which is what I teach, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I find a type of meditation that is right. Everything is bio-individual. So what's one size does not fit all
Yeah.
in meditation, in food, in diet, in fascia work, in anything. It's very individual. So as I meditate and then bring in the breath work and whatever other tools that I can manifest and bring in, I like anybody else, it's like I can't do this, I can't do this, but the work is really showing up and doing it.
No.
And then I'm surprised because I will know people who are going to call me before they call me. I know when people are talking about me. I know I know so many things that are happening. And do I call it psychic? No, I call it connected because my pineal gland is open because of the work
Mm-hmm.
that I do. So I can hear and touch. I mean, there was a time when we were so in touch with our essences that we didn't need telephones
True.
because we knew. I'm sure the Indians did not rely on text messages, the Aborigines. I'm sure that they had sixth senses that were highlighted, but we have been put to sleep and it gets younger and younger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, children know. Children will tell you things. I remember once my daughter, she was 2 years old, and she said to me, Mama, it's my birthday. I'm two. Last time I didn't make two. Like she remembered her life before this life. Yes, that's was pretty crazy. But they know all and everything. And then they fall asleep. And now we give them cell phones in the carriages and they're watching movies and they're going to sleep earlier and earlier. You want to keep those essences alive because you can't help them from going to sleep. That's a natural law of things. But then if you're interested in consciousness and you're interested in evolution and
Yeah.
transformation, you work on yourself and you become reborn.
Yeah.
You regrow your essence. You get in touch with your essential self again. And that's how you live. And that's where you live from. And then you become very intuitive and very psychic and very useful at any age. And life does not tell you what to do. You tell life what to do. No, no, I'm not doing that. That's not acceptable to me. I'm not believing that we're ending this world. I'm not believing that, this virus is going to kill all humanity. You know what? No, that is not the vibe that I live on.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want to live? How do you want to feel? What do you want to think? If it's true, you are what you think about. What do you want to think about? It's a real question. What do you want to think about? And even better, what are you thinking about? Just observe yourself. Watch your thoughts. You probably think 10 thoughts in one day, this over and over and over again. I'm too fat. I'm not good enough. Oh my God, I'm going to be late. Oh, I look pretty good today. Maybe not. How many times do you think the same freaking thoughts? Just watch. It's like a movie because that's the first step. You have to observe, know the creature. Once you
Yeah.
understand and you know what you're thinking, then you can change. And you observe it objectively without judgment. It's not like, oh man, what an idiot. You're thinking that again. No, that's not it. It's like, oh, isn't that interesting? That thought
Wow.
came up how many times? No wonder why I can't lose weight. All I do is think I'm fat.
Yeah.
Can't be fat and be thin. That's not going to work. Can't be happy and think sad. Can't be rich and think poor. It just doesn't work.
Wow. Mindset is clearly a huge thing. And I feel like there's so many mental blocks in all of us. And that's what's leading to all this, the wants, the wants, the wants, but the fear, the fear, the fear that's just really taking over the mind, right? It's
Yes.
so I got goosebumps with you talking about this because look, I'm a mom of two. I have a 10 and 8-year-old, and I work very hard and as a single mom, and I want this, I want that. I'm not getting it. Why? I feel like I'm stuck because I am narrowing in on the I can't, or how, and that negativity and that fear, and I know it's holding me back.
Yes.
And that's happening to so many of us. I think that can relate right now who are listening because this is unfortunately what we do. So in a situation like that, tell me some of the steps that we can take here to change our mindset. What should we be doing every day waking up? What should we be saying? Are we writing things down? Are we speaking positive? Can you give me some examples of what, I could
Yes,
start doing or anyone at home listening?
by
Thank you.
all means. So one of the first things that I started with is I take 5 minutes
Okay.
just to sense myself in bed.
Okay.
I try not to fall asleep. So I sense my toes and I work up to my lower legs and my knees and my legs and my pelvis and you just sense your body, sense it in space, just sense
Yeah.
it. That's a good way
Okay.
to start, before the mind starts to jump in. Now, it's probably going to start to jump in before you get to your head,
Okay.
but that's okay. You can speak to it and you can say, you know what? I know you're there. I'll be with you in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just give me another second. Then, as you get up, you go to the bathroom, whatever you do, keep observing yourself. Just keep telling the mind, I see you and I honor you,
Yeah.
but give me another second.
Yeah. Okay.
At that moment, you're going to go in front of the mirror And you're going to say, I love you. I
Okay.
love you. I love you. Bear it. Bear it. I love you. Make yourself bear it. Do it for 5 minutes if you can. I love you. And then you start your day. And as you go through your day, watch your breath. See if you're breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Ask yourself if you are breathing. To be honest, most of us don't breathe. We don't breathe. We hold our breath most of the time. And
Mm-hmm.
think about it. The first thing that you do when you get up, when you've been born, they smack you and you breathe. The last thing, if you've ever seen anybody pass away, it's their last breath.
Yeah.
Why don't we breathe? Such a question. And you can ask yourself that throughout the day as you're going through the day. Am I breathing?
Mm-hmm.
How am I breathing? Am I breathing shallowly? Am I breathing deeply? Am I hyperventilating? What am I doing? How's my breath? Let me stop and take a couple of conscious breaths, even if it's three. And there's an exercise that I can give you. It's called box breathing.
Okay.
Box breathing is something that I will gift you right now. So what you want to do is you want to blow all the air out of your nose, not really intensely, just out. You inhale for the count of two.
Mm-hmm.
You hold the count of two. You exhale lightly, the count of two, and you hold for the count of two. And that will reboot your whole central nervous system.
Wow.
And then check in with yourself again and say, how am I doing? I, I,
I.
here, here,
Uh-huh.
now,
I
begin.
hear now. Begin.
So it's
Okay.
I, here, now, begin, and start again. And you may be doing that all day long, but it sure as hell beats living a life unexamined, and it
Yeah.
else beats life living you. Your whole day went by and you ask yourself, what did I do? And then at night, you want to ask yourself, if you can,
Yeah.
where did I fall from grace? Where did I lose my shit? Who really got me?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Where did I do well? How did I feel? What was I doing
Mm-hmm.
when I felt good? Remember that. Remember it all. And then the next day, you'll figure out what you want to change. And you start again.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you. All right. We still have more time here. Hold on. We got another 6 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
And I
Well, let
can't,
me
it's going
tell.
so fast. Marla Pass, our
I
certified life
know.
coach. If you are tuning in, learning so much from this amazing woman. And by the way, and I know she's very modest, very humble, but, you can check out her website because they're saying such amazing things. You got so many people talking about the work you're doing, even someone who was diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
The amount of fear and anxiety was making it all worse for them. And the sessions really helped tackle that for them. And so thankful for your work and the healing. Other people, talking about you helping to help them maintain a level of calm, which brought them great clarity into the work. And with your breath work and your coaching process, this person says they've done a lot of therapy, stress management, but this has been the most useful. That's from Ben. So it's always great to hear this. So in our last few minutes together, as a past certified life coach, Marla Pass, I should say, as certified life coach, how did you kind of want to sum up today's show about why people should be reaching out to you?
Because you got to do more than want it.
Yeah.
You have to actually do the work, and you want to be with somebody that knows how to do that. And all I want to do in this life for the rest of my life is help people transform. That is my wish. That is my aim. I want to help you. I want to hear you. I want to feel you. I want to exchange with you. I'm not speaking at you. I'm speaking with you. We're all in this together. There's no big guru up there. I'm not a guru. I'm a woman who works on herself diligently all the time and has shown myself that I can actually change. And that's what I want to share. So my website is also under transformation, but it's marlapass.org. My email is marlapastlmt@gmail. And my Instagram is beauty frequency love because love is a frequency and beauty is a frequency, and that's what it's about.
Beautiful. Well,
What a
thank you
pleasure
so
you are,
much.
Jill.
No, you are. You just energy the soul amazing. I'm so glad we connected, and that's part of life. And I know you know that and feel that. And by the way, you're based out of Boca Raton, Florida, but your work is endless. You're working with people all over the world, right?
Correct. That's right. I work in people in my office that want the manual therapy as well. But if they cannot, I work with people all around the world. I can show them how to release the fascia online, and I can do the breath work and the meditations and anything else with them virtually. It's an amazing time of life, and that gives me such expansion and makes me happy.
Beautiful. Pleasure getting to know you today. Thank you so much for your time and for being here and doing what you do, Marla.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, tell us how we can contact you. Could you share the website, social media, any phone numbers as well?
Yes, of course. It's marlapass.org, which is again under construction. It's under transformation, but it should be done in about a week. But it's there, it's live.
I saw it. Yep, it looks great to me. You got a lot going on there. There's a blog, there's your comments, your testimonials, but it's going to be better. And by the way,
Oh,
it's MARLAPAST.org. And on social media, how do we find you, hon?
it's Beauty Frequency Love on Instagram and Marla K Past on Facebook.
Beautiful. Thank
Okay.
you so much. You have a fantastic day, and I hope we get to connect again. Thank you so
I
much
do
for your
too.
time.
Thank
Bye,
you very
Marla. Have a great day.
much too. Bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversation. This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.